Hey everybody, this is Pastor Doug from Westside Christian Church. Let me just add to this weekend's sermon from James chapter 4, what causes fights among you. I want to add a few of the ideas that I had to cut. There's always things I have to cut out of a sermon for time, intent, for us to actually receive the one message out of the multiple verses that God is bringing us. I always have to cut some things. I hate to do it, but it has to be that way. I'm left with all these pieces I'd like to add in. I just want to add one of those pieces in today, and it is about James, about the book itself, or about the fundamental ideas behind the passage. I always try to explain what the book is, how it works when we do a sermon, but I never have enough time. I mean, you could go hours about each book of the Bible and you wouldn't get a message, you'd get a lecture, you'd get information instead. So I often have to cut those things. But if I could add one thing to our discussion about what James is, besides saying that it is wisdom literature, like Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, and it works in that cut and dry, black and white, productive versus destructive way that all wisdom literature works. If I could add to that, I would say, but beneath that, there are those universal, fundamental, elemental ideas that have always been at the core of the faith, at the core of our walk with God, at the core of our understanding of reality and how to interact with reality. To be more pointed, what we're saying is there's always been this idea from Genesis chapter 3, definitely Genesis chapter 4, on throughout the rest of the scriptures, that people are valuable, that people are created in the image of God, and they therefore ought to be treated with the same or similar respect to God, that the great sin is to offend, attack, insult, injure the image of God that is inside every person. James is operating on that fundamental. He does not express it clearly, just as he doesn't express Jesus clearly. He's definitely operating on Jesus. We said that what he describes in those verses is the Jesus way, the proper way to behave, the way of Christ. But he's also operating on this idea that you cannot image, you should not injure, must not injure the image of God that is within every person. This is why he doesn't want us to fight. Now, again, wisdom literature doesn't always tell you must not, should not. It often just tells you this leads to this, and it allows you to fill in the gap for yourself. Well, if you don't like this, then you don't want this. So he doesn't directly tell us you can't fight, you can't quarrel with one another, you can't argue. But he's clearly implying it. He's clearly saying fighting, quarreling, arguing is wrong. And then beyond that, he's definitely saying killing and coveting, which is what happens when the fight gets ramped up, that is especially wrong. So he is operating on those fundamental, we call them assumptions. That doesn't mean that there's any doubt about them. It's just we are taking them for granted. He's operating on those fundamental assumptions that because people are valuable, it is therefore wrong to fight with them, wrong to kill them, wrong to covet what they have, wrong to oppress them. Now, he doesn't mention oppression expressly in the verses, but I did mention it in the sermon that if you are winning the fight, the people may capitulate to you and you don't have a fight anymore, but that still makes you an oppressor who got your way by force. So it's wrong to oppress people. All those are taken as assumptions. They're taken for granted. They are underlying the text and driving the idea. One of many reasons that we don't want to fight is because of the damage that it does to the people around us, and we're not to damage the people around us. So if I could just add that idea to our message from James chapter 4, what causes fights among you, that's what it would be.